Hey everybody, this is Wildblade. So I'm back and I'm still working on this game, which is Spirits of the Lost Wind, the game that we started working on, a couple weeks ago, and before I got slapped with a COVID like stay at home and everybody started using my workspace. All right, so this is kind of what we've got so far. So I was working on this earlier today, and I wanted to get it up in the graphics. So that's kind of what we're doing now. We do have a fully functional game at the moment. So there's a lot of things that I have turned off since we're working on this, and this is kind of what we're just using temporary graphics right now to kind of get a feel for the scale and the layout of the layer that we want to make. So I do have a room object, but I decided that I wanted the first actual level to be an outdoor level, right? So we're kind of like figuring out what we want to put in that level. So that's kind of what we've got right now. So we've got enemies that can follow the player, shoot the player. We have a mini map here, so when I get close to an enemy, you should see these guys like pop up in here. We do have our movement restricted by a Polygon Collider at the moment. But now what we're going to do is we're going to, go ahead and continue to work on the graphics. And I'm not really going to chat that much while I'm doing this because I'm kind of thinking of how I want the layout. As you can see here, I did some sketch work, for a general like level layout. But I do kind of want it to be like bigger. The reason why the player is bumping into invisible objects right now is because we have this Polygon Collider here. So usually I don't really use this method so much for laying out levels because I do 2D platformers, right? But since this is a top-down point and click kind of deal, I'm using a Polygon Collider to set my boundaries, right? But for now, we're going to turn this Polygon Collider off, right? And we're probably going to create another one because I do want to make this level a little bit bigger. So, I've got my sketch work in here, but most of the artwork that I'm kind of doing right now for the basic layout, I'm doing in Adobe Animate. So we'll jump back over here. And let's see, last time I think I created, yeah, last time those are like my enemy elements. Last time I actually created this bridge, but then I realized that this bridge doesn't really look so good where it is right now, where I had it before, because like it's kind of going across land, which isn't really necessary. So instead of using this bridge, I think we're just going to connect these two land masses together and use like a little wharf instead. I wanted to use the Japanese bridge because of Nikki's origin, Kuramiya's, summoner's origins are in Japan. But actually, in my story, Japan doesn't really exist anymore. So she's like one of the last remaining Japanese people on Earth because, after the Great Catastrophe, there was a big incident where the Earth got a hole blown in it. So, and during that attack by the aliens who attacked the Earth, Japan didn't really make it. Sorry. So Nikki does have she does have Japanese heritage. She's one of the last remaining Japanese people, descendants. Not really descendants, but she's one of the last remaining, I would say, pure blood Japanese descendants. Okay, so anyways, instead of using this bridge, we're going to keep on creating this level in Adobe Animate. And then, like I said, we're going to do a lot of our post work in Procreate on my iPad. So, instead of creating this, I'm just going to create like a box here. Actually, I'll drop that on another layer. I'm just going to create a little box here. And we're not going to worry about curving it or anything like that because we just kind of want it to look like just a little connecting point for these two places. Now, the way I'm trying to do this particular artwork, the artwork for this particular game, is especially for this first level, since I've noticed that, there's not really, there aren't really any elements that the player will have to kind of mess around with so much. On this level, it's just like an introductory level, just say, oh, hi, here I am. you know. So there's not really going to be so much for the player to do. Just kind of like run around on these two pieces of land before they exit to another different place. So I was actually going to leave all of this as one piece of artwork, and then just use the Polygon Collider to kind of box out where the player can and can't go, because these are going to be the only these and the walkways are going to be the only like transversable areas. Yeah. So I think I might continue with that a little bit, but I am gonna go ahead and make like movie clips out of these bridges. I want to try to use as few graphics as possible in this though, because we're going to be mainly working with prefabs. So this will be bridge number 1, and I'm just going to like make sure that I've got this clicked on here, and I'm going to hit F8 and just turn it into prefab. And yeah, this already kind of looks like a bridge, but I suppose I could go ahead and put a line on it. So I'll go ahead and put a red line around this, you know, something like that, make it stand out a little bit. I'm gonna kill the end ones. I don't need that. And then I'm going to now I'm gonna be speeding this up as well, because like I said, my original goal was to actually get this posted on itch.io by the end of the day. So do I need to post? I suppose I could put a post. It's not really necessary though, because like there's gonna be an animal character. But the post does look kind of nice. So yeah, I'll go ahead and put these posts here. So even for the posts, I mean, I don't really have to. I can just create one of them and then you know, manipulate it. So I'll go here and I will like click this, and I tend to make a lot of movie clips because I never know what I'm going to want to use them for later. So I'll go into this movie clip and I will drag this down, make it round, and I will probably drag this down to make it around. And then I'm going to grab a circle here and just kind of fill this right in here. Yay, and we have a wooden post. All right, and now I'm just gonna duplicate this. So copy and paste this over here. I'm gonna hit X for this one, and I'm gonna create another layer below this, and I'm gonna paste it right there, and just kind of move him over. Yeah, and to make it look like it's actually somewhat connected to this over here. And like I said, the reason I like using Animate is because it does leave me it gives me a lot of versatility for what I actually want to do with characters and stuff. So or if I want to change colors, or if I want to like add certain things. Like for example, I might want to add a little flame above this. So if I add a flame above this one, then that means that, you know, if I wanted to add a flame to each of these posts, then actually I would have to go through and, you know, like if it wasn't a movie clip, I'd have to go through and add it on each of them. But now if I add something above this, for example, I might want to add a little, I don't know, glowing red circle for some strange reason. So I can just like go above here, and I can click in here. So this is why I like working. Ooh, I'm not gonna add a circle. I'm gonna add a poly star. Yay! And I can just add this right here, and boom, you notice that it pops up on the other one automatically. And I can just kind of move it over here and manipulate it, do whatever I want, and the changes are automatically reflected. So you know, this is just kind of like, you know, working with a prefab in Unity. I think that might be one reason why I like it so much. Okay, go back to my properties. That line is pretty strong on this, so I'll just go ahead and take it down to maybe 2. And for this, I will change the colors. So I'll change the color to something like yellow and red. And also I'll change the line color to like maybe bright red or something like that. And that don't sound healthy. Yeah, somebody just dropped something. So, all right. So yeah, you can see why, kind of where I'm coming from with this. So I can like quickly use this to kind of like make a flame shape or whatever I want using. And that's why I love. I mean, I started working with like Macromedia Flash. And that's how old I am. When I was in the Navy, because I was actually like my ship's web designer on my first ship. So, I started working with Flash and stuff way back then before it was like, when it was just becoming cool. So, I can like just kind of do like this, like, hey, I'm a flame, ooh, and, feel me burn or whatever. Um, yeah, so I can like, kind of do something like that, and it's really easy in this application. So that's one reason why I use Animate so much, because it gives me a lot of versatility. All right, so yeah, we have our little like flaming things, which those would be too red. And that was just a sample. That was just an example. I mean, I'm not really going to like use this for anything. I'm just showing you what the things that could be if you use like Adobe Animate. And actually, for this one, I would probably either get rid of it. No, not get rid of that. For this, I would probably just go here and change it to maybe this color, right? And that still looks kind of stupid. But anyways, like, that's kind of why I like using Animate so much, because I got a lot of options. And since I'm talking about options, I might as well show you this. If I come in here and I hit F8 and turn this into a movie clip, I might want to add a glow to this. So if I go to properties, when things are movie clips, I can do like cool stuff like add glow to them, so I can add like a little red glow to make my flame actually look more like a flame, and boom, there we are. You know, so that is one reason why I use Adobe Animate so much. Right, and if you'll notice, the change didn't really reflect in the other one, but I don't really care too much. All right, so as a matter of fact, I'm going to go ahead and get rid of this movie clip, because we're not going to need it. I could leave it there, but I'm not going to. Alright, so anyway, we've got our two posts here. And two posts over here. We're just going to copy these and post them on the other side. Boom. And then just kind of maybe shrink them down a little bit, just to like show some distance and some perspective. And my music just stopped. So I'm listening to Endemic Sounds, which is a website that I just found like a couple months ago. Because, well, for streaming, I think, you guys are probably going to get bored listening to me. I'm not exactly the most interesting person to talk to. I'm an introvert and an INFJ, so. So I'm just kind of like, and the only reason I'm doing like these videos is because, well, I have like a story that I want to tell and products that I want to sell. So I'm not exactly the most social person, to be honest. I'm friendly, but I can kind of deal with, as long as I have my Star Wars and my Marvels, my Star Wars, my comic books and stuff like that, I'm like pretty much good. So, all right, and hold on, let's see. I kind of want to put you under this one. X, why are you not going behind? Okay, hold on. See if that works better. Yeah, okay, that works better. Alright, there we go. And I don't want to spend too much time on building bridges and stuff like that like I did last time. Alright, so the only other thing that we're going to do is, because we're still in this movie clip, is I'm going to go here, and I'm going to add like some lines. So I'm going to go through and select this same color. And this time I'm going to create, I tend to use a lot of layers in my movie clips too. So I'm going to go here and I'm going to use this tool, the brush tool, and I'm going to swap the color here, and I'm just going to like draw some. Hold on, let me move this layer up here above, and then I'm just going to kind of like draw some lines, I do kind of want it to look a little bit like like it's made out of wood. So I can do like some little funky stuff here, here. Not that. Like over here. Okay, yeah, that kind of looks a little woody. And you know, I can do that here, or I can actually do this in Procreate when I do like post work. So it doesn't really matter. You know, it depends on like, I guess it just kind of depends on your own flow. One of the things that I am going to do here though is maybe round this edge out a little bit, round these edges out to make it look like they're actually in contact with the ground. All right, and there's our first bridge. All right, and now I'm going to go ahead and duplicate this guy, and I'm just going to copy and shift paste, and I'm going to put him over here. And I'll hit Q to rotate a little bit, and I might want to skew this one. Right, in this case, he's a little, his angle is a little bit off for what I want. So in this case, what I'm going to do is I'm going to hit break apart, and, let's see, yeah, break apart, or I could, actually go ahead and, right click on it and go to, duplicate symbol, and this is just going to give me a random name for this. And that way, when I manipulate this one, when I start like working with this one, it's not going to change this one down here. All right, and so we want this bridge to be a little bit flatter, I think. Kind of extend a little more outwards. So we're going to move this over here, move this over here. Move it out of the way. All right. So we're going to change all of these to make it look as though this is reaching further into the distance. Right, and this will be the second bridge that Kuramiya, our player, can kind of traverse to get to her destination, which will be revealed soon. Now, one thing that you're seeing right here is when I actually broke this apart, it connected these lines. That's something I forgot to do. So let me go back a little bit. First thing I need to do when I created the new symbol is I still have these lines up here, which are kind of written into my wood at the moment. So I could get rid of those, or I could just like select them all. Okay, so I'm going to select all of these lines. Okay, it's not letting me get these last two, which are the ones that I actually want. Okay, and I'm just gonna delete those. So see how it puts holes in it? That's not what I really wanted, but I'll post them above here. Okay, so now when I start moving these, it'll make it a little bit smoother. So I'll move this up here, move this up here, move this up here, and still keeping my curve. Move this over here, move this guy out of the way, and move this guy out of the way, and just kind of make him like reach a little bit further over in this direction with the curve right there. Yeah, this is what I'm talking about. See, this area right here is kind of getting stuck because there is an extra, like the previous previous line kind of got in the way of that. So it's kind of intersecting here, and that's what's causing this thing. So I'm just gonna get rid of it. Right, and then I guess like I can go ahead and select my color and just kind of fill this in right here. Yeah, so that's an easy way to get rid of those. And I'll move this up over here. Actually, that I don't really hate that little divot right there. I do hate this though. So this has to go. Okay. Yeah, even something like this will be fine for what we're just for what we're using it on. And like I said, we're gonna post work this anyway. So don't want to spend too much time on it. Okay, and then for the same thing with these lines, I'm going to go ahead and go ahead and select my color. Select this line. Go to my brush tool. Add a couple more like little lines and like little markings and stuff over here. You know, and yeah, there's our second bridge. You know, even them out a little bit on this side. Okay, and it looks a little bit. Okay, yeah, so just something like this very quickly. When we're doing the post work I like to do my post work in Procreate on my iPad. So this is strictly just for kind of like speed, I guess. All right, so let's go back. And so now we have our two bridges that our player can traverse. And this one still kind of looks a little bit stupid. Why? Okay. Okay, that's good enough. So we got our two bridges here now. I keep saying that's good enough, but then I keep on going back in here and fixing little small stuff that I don't like. This is my game, I can do that, so shut it. Alright, there we go. Okay, yeah, that looks better. Alright, so here we go. And I'll go ahead and, maybe, do I want to export these out? That's a good question. I'm wondering if I should go ahead and export these out. Maybe I will make this a little bit more narrow. Okay, yeah, this is fine. All right, so player will be able to like run around here, then he'll be able to cross, or then she'll be able to cross this bridge and run around here, and then like she'll be able to get to business doing something over here. So at this point, I think, do I want to add the wharf? Yeah, I'm gonna add a wharf around here at some point. So yeah, I think I'm gonna turn this bridge into a wharf. So let me go ahead and actually move this guy over here. Because I need to make an exit point for the player to start for Kuramiya to start working her way out of this town. Okay, so yeah, I'll do this and this over here. Okay, so very quickly, I'll just go ahead and create the wharf. The wharf. Every time I hear that word, it makes me think of Star Trek. Did anybody? I mean, I'm old, but does anybody remember like Star Trek: The Next Generation? There's this like character named Worf. I mean, they just like straight up named him Worf. So, uh, he was actually pretty cool. I think he was played by an actor called Michael Dorn, who I actually like. But I don't really recall seeing him in too much other stuff besides Star Trek. So I kind of lost. I kind of fell out of Star Trek for a long time, and then they brought back the new series with Chris Pine, which to be honest, I wasn't really too fond of. I mean, I like the movies, but he just seemed a little too corny for me. Um, and I mean, it was made by J.J. Abrams, who sometimes I like his stuff, but he does tend to copy, and well, basically remake the same movies quite a bit. So I haven't when the new Star Trek came out, I was really excited about it. But then after I watched the first one, it was cool and all. Yeah, it was good and it was nostalgic, but it just didn't really like I don't necessarily need to see any more new Star Trek movies at this time. However, I was very impressed with the TV series. What was it? Discovery. I didn't think I was gonna like that one. Because I hadn't been into Star. I'm a Star Wars fan. I'm a Star Wars. Now I got lightsabers around me like as we speak, but I didn't think I was gonna like Star Trek Discovery as much as I did. So, I was really surprised at the quality of that one. The story was a little bit stupid in some places, but I could kind of understand what they were trying to do with it. All right, so yeah, let's go ahead and put our border around this. I think I'll bump that up to about maybe 8. Yeah, so I'll bump that up to 8, and then get rid of this over here. Yeah, and also I forgot to add some legs to this to make it look like these things are really standing above the water. So I'll have to do that as well. So yeah, this looks pretty good for a wharf, I think. So come here and I'll go ahead and add the leg. So I'm gonna add another layer below this. And let's see, I'm just gonna add leg here, maybe a leg here, and well, leg here, maybe a leg here. And then like a leg here. Just to show that this is being supported by something. All right. And for these legs, I'm gonna go ahead and round them out. So let's drop down here very quickly and go ahead and round them because they're gonna be in water. Not that damn round. Okay, so that should be good enough for this. I was gonna put up some like walls and some railing and stuff like that, but when I think about it, my character not like the character for this game is a tiny little fox, so not gonna. It's not like it's some Oji-chan like running around that's gonna need like any help grabbing onto the railing. So I might go ahead and leave those off. I am gonna add an extra point here, and I think I want to do something a little bit fun with this, and just maybe kind of see how this looks. Okay, box it out a little bit more. Yeah, something like that. And the reason I'm doing that is because I have this symbol that I didn't name. So yeah. So now I can drag this onto the stage, and I'm gonna put it right here. I mean, we have to have some light somewhere, right? So I'll put it right here, and like maybe scale it up a little bit. And then I'll take this right here and just drop this flame on top. So that will give light to the citizens at night when they're running around on a pier for any unknown reason. Okay, I'm probably gonna change that later, but right now it's like okay. Right, and so there's our pier, our wharf, sorry, our bridge and our pier, for the wharf. Yeah, I'm just gonna increase the size of this, line very quickly. Maybe go for 10. Okay, that should be okay, I think. And then I'm gonna jump back in here and we're gonna grab this tool again. Let's go kind of swap the colors. Grab this classic brush and just go ahead and do our lines, our little squiggly lines to show that this is wood. Right. So alright, so there we go. Yay. Yay. Okay, and that does it look good, so. And yeah, I might not necessarily need so many of these anyway, so it's just kind of just using these to kind of give it a little bit of texture and some markings so that the player can kind of see where they're going. All right, so yeah, so here's our little scene so far. We still have this now. Notice I didn't delete this guy, so I can still toss these into my game whenever I want to. But right now, I think they're not really so necessary. I need to add some legs to this as well. And so the easiest way for me to add legs is to come into here and click on this, copy, go down to the bottom layer, maybe create another layer. I can not when I'm creating fast, I tend not to name my stuff so much, which is actually a very bad habit, by the way. You should always name your shit, but I don't. Sometimes. All right, and I'm going to duplicate this symbol, name it nothing, go in here, and I'm actually going to make this a little bit thinner so that it kind of stands out from the other thing. All right, and I'm gonna hit V, and this is supposed to look like it's kind of supporting this underwater, or I mean supporting the bridge above keeping the bridge above the water. So duplicate this guy and move him over here. Yeah, I think only 2 of them is fine at this point. Alright, so now the last thing I'm going to do is I'm going to copy this and I'm going to go to a layer below. And I'm going to paste that part here, and I'm pasting it below the main part of the bridge, and I'm going to use this to create a shadow. So I'm just going to maybe use this gray, and I'll go to my color, and I will fade this out to 50. Alright, and there's our shadow, and our shadow should probably come below our legs too. So move him over there, move him over here. Yeah, and I can go ahead and move this to the bottom. Yeah. Alright, so now we have a barely visible shadow for our bridge. Okay, yeah. And our shadow also has this little thing here that I don't like, so. Alright, so that's how we can create a shadow for our bridge. And yeah, that looks good. And we're going to do the same thing for the pier, the wharf. I'm just going to copy this and create another layer, go to the bottom, paste it in place, and then we're going to change the color to gray and make it 50, and then we're going to just kind of move this down. Okay, so right now the scene is looking pretty good. So right now what we're going to do, I'm gonna get rid of this guy. I knew that was gonna happen as soon as I thought, but yeah, I had to do it anyway. So we're going to, I want to put something else here. So anyway, this pier is kind of sitting above this piece of art, so I'm going to um, probably just drop it on the same layer. So I'm gonna drop it on the same layer, and then okay, are you? And then I'm gonna hit arrange and send to back. Okay, and that makes it look like the land is sitting actually on top of this. Okay, good. So I'm gonna save. Now, like this is generally the basic look that we're going to go for this particular level, and I'm gonna stop here right now because I don't, like I said, I don't want to use too much artwork in here. I am going to go ahead and get rid of this guy though. Like, I love you, Mr. Torch, but I'm going to create another like a torch very quickly, or more like an altar looking kind of thing. So I'm gonna do this, and this time I'm going to select, I want this altar to look like stone, so I'm gonna select this color, and then I'm gonna select this for a line. Actually I'm gonna turn the line off for right now. I tend to keep my lines off until I've kind of confirmed the shape that I want to use. So I'm going to use a square, and I'm just going to do something like this. Yeah, something like this. And before I get crazy, I'm going to turn this into a symbol. Alright, now I'm going to jump into this symbol, and I'm going to like free form this shape into something other than like a tiki torch. So, alright, so something a little bit more like I don't know, symbolic, or yeah, something a little more, I don't know, like symbolic of like, I don't know, like something that symbolizes something. And it's not gonna be like anything that great, just something that is worthy of holding a flame. Dude, I think that's it. Alright, let's see. Go here. Yeah, okay. So this might actually be the shape that I'm looking for. Kinda. Alright, and I will come over here and this, and I'll go ahead and give it a line. That's way too much. So bump this down to 8. Okay, yeah, this will work. And now, for this one, I'm just going to draw a few additional lines up here. Okay, maybe kind of like a little monument kind of thing. It's is basically what I'm looking for. Okay, and I can drop the line size down a little bit more. And then I can actually go ahead and swap this over and use like squiggly lines, make it look old. Maybe I don't want it to look old. I do have a habit of nitpicking stuff, so like, give me a second. Okay. Yeah, if I'm gonna use 3 lines, I should probably angle them in different areas, different directions. Okay, yeah. So this will be like our little altar thing. I might actually just add a little bit of a circle in here as well. So if I'm not sure exactly where I want something, I always create a new layer. All right, cool. Yeah, that looks pretty nice. And yeah, and then when I'm satisfied with it, then I will go ahead and like lock the colors in. This one will be a little bit of a darker gray, I think. Actually, no. I think the inside of this I will make it blue. Yeah. And since I'm making this blue, do I want the flame to be orange? Alright, let me go ahead and duplicate this symbol here. I may change this fill color. So let's go to colors, and let's see what happens if I turn this to blue. And maybe it's the white and blue. And also, what happens if I turn the I might change this one to blue as well. And then it's like change this one to a little bit more with blue. Actually, that doesn't look so bad. So yeah, we might keep this. And remember, these are both like symbols now, so I can use them whenever I want, whenever or wherever I want. So if I group them here, I can just go here and hit F8, and you know, like zoom back out, and say I want this little altar thing to be down here. I can just like copy, paste in place, and just move it anywhere that I want. So this is how we can like quickly start building up our levels. I might actually, you know, put it here, put it here, put it here. But right now I only need this one, so I'll get rid of the other one. All right, so there we go. So that's what our scene kind of looks like at the moment. Okay, yeah, I like that blue flame. That's kind of cool. Okay, so now that we've got these set up, let's see, is there anything else that I kind of want to put in here? This I'm not going to worry about so much. This, I'm going to go ahead and remove, remove this guy from here and just kind of like paste him randomly outside somewhere. So he doesn't have to be there. He could actually be in here, like casting light. Okay. So yeah, I think this is good enough for what we're going to need. I could like put some additional monuments and stuff like that around here, which we'll probably like add to later. But right now we want to go ahead and just kind of get the level kind of laid out, and then we'll start adding additional stuff to it in a little bit. So yeah, let's see. I'm going to temporarily group all of these. Right, so temporarily group all of these into, into a movie clip, and then I'm going to export this PNG sequence, and I might name this one like landmass 4. Okay, export, and now a lot of the graphics that I'm importing into this particular project, we're going to wind up getting rid of anyway. Okay, I noticed that my music stopped again. So now let me go back in here and break these guys apart. Alright, so back in Unity, I'm going to check this landmass 4. I screwed up. I forgot to turn off that, to hide that other layer. Yeah. So I don't really want this background one. So let me grab everything over here, except for this white background. I don't want that. I think I'll go ahead and lock that one. Yeah. And then I can just grab these guys here. And I'll turn these into a temporary symbol. And then I will, go and export these. So, like I said, the reason I like using Animate is because it does give me a lot of options. So I can, it allows me to quickly change colors, create different variations, and if I want to like animate something, well, I've got my timeline and stuff right there. These are vector graphics, so I could scale and like kind of manipulate a lot more freely than I could in Adobe Photoshop. So a lot of people are Photoshop fans. I'm not really. I mean, I was more into fireworks before. So I'm not really such a huge Photoshop fan per se. But I mean, every tool has its like place. I need to I need to like use Photoshop a lot more, I think, because it is the industry standard. But I tend to like do stuff that's not that kind of goes against the rules quite a bit. I'm one of those people, if I see a bunch of people walking in one direction, like, you know, first I'll check to see why they're walking that way, but if I can't think of a good reason, I kind of tend to hang back and, you know, like observe or kind of, I might, you know, see exactly what's going on, but that doesn't necessarily mean I'm going to follow what everybody else does. Alright, so we're going to switch this one to landmass 4 and see how that works. Alright, and because we're switching this one to landmass 4, I'm going to actually get rid of this bridge. So I'll get rid of the bridge. And, you know, that will... Okay, that looks kind of okay. Yeah, that looks a little bit better, I think. So let's go ahead and scale this up. So we'll go ahead and scale this up a bit and move him over this way. Maybe scale it up a bit more. And yeah, put them right around here. All right, cool. So this is, let's see how this looks first on the map. Okay, so yeah, you can cross here. Still has some space to run around over here. Okay, can go over here. So yeah, she's still got like enough space. I think I am gonna make this a little bit bigger though, because she's supposed to be a small animal. So I do want the world to kind of reflect that. So yeah, maybe give her this much running space. Make the world seem a little bit bigger for this particular character. Okay. All right. Cool. 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 Yeah, I think that looks big enough. So I think like if she can kind of run over here and still fit into this area, this little thumb-looking area, then I think that's kind of a good scale for her. Right, and she's still running into that Polygon Collider. So we're gonna have to redo our Polygon Collider, for this. So that's why I turned the polygon bound off, I believe. And do I have any other bounds around here? That she's okay. So she's running into these bounds as well. All right, and so I'm gonna go ahead and turn these bounds off. These bounds are actually for the other room. So let's see. I've got my default square. So before we start like really playing around with the bounds, this is a pretty good scale for her. But I think what we should probably do is, I think we'll probably need to go ahead and start adding some other elements to this, other things to kind of expand the level. So I'm gonna click on this circle now, and I want to click the circle. Do I want to go with the square? Give me a second. See which one do I want to use. I do have a default square around here. I'll cut this guy back one and duplicate him. And then go ahead and turn this one off. And now I'm gonna resize this back to one. Right, tab one. Right. And I'm gonna scale this guy down. So remember, the main thing that we're gonna try to do is we're gonna try to use exactly one, or use as few items as possible to build this level. So you notice that we have a lot of white space and stuff around here. Well, I might want the rest of this to be 4. So like I've got this pretty complex area already done. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to click this bottom. Let's see, that's like level 9. Okay, level 90. I'm gonna take this guy and I'm going to duplicate him actually, and turn him to order and layer. This will be like -95. And now I'm going to just change the color of this. So the color that I'm looking for, I might not be able to necessarily color pick. Sometimes the color picker works really nicely, sometimes it doesn't. This is one of the cases where it doesn't seem to want to work. So in that case, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go to Animate, and I'm going click on this, go to this, and I'm going to just use this number here, right? And then when I jump back over into Unity, when I click the color here, I can just add this directly, right? And you'll notice that this square now perfectly matches my scene. You can't really see it because it's below everything, so let me drop him on 5 so that you can see him very quickly. Alright, so you'll notice that this perfectly like matches my scene. So I'm gonna turn this back down to like 95, and I'm gonna use this to go ahead and start making the rest of my map. Actually, I've noticed that I've got like some lines here that I don't really want, but you know, it's all good. So because of the prefab now, I can kind of do whatever I want to and get away with it when it comes in terms of this this green square. So I'm just gonna scale it up and then like move it around here, so I don't have to like go ahead and build a complete level out of I don't really have to go and like build a complete level or draw out a complete level if I don't want to. I can just like do some of it, and then like the other stuff that's kind of middle side I can like do in by using basic shapes and just kind of scaling and manipulating them, right? Which is what I'm doing now. And pull this guy over here, and I might go ahead and I think we're gonna make this a little bit like a sky island. Yeah, that's kind of the feel that's kind of what I'm feeling for this one. So I want to make it like a little bit of a sky island that seems to be kind of floating somewhere. So I'm gonna use the square, and then I'm gonna duplicate this because it costs no memory to do so now. And I'm going to scale this one down, just to kind of fill in, you know, the extra space, and drag this over here. You know, it's under everything, so yeah, just kind of drag it over here, give the player some extra like volume, area volume. And then I'm also going to, now this one over here is a little bit this area over here is a little bit rounded. So for rounded objects, that's why we have this circle down here. So we're just going to use the same color, and we're going to use the circle. And let's see, I'm always going to duplicate this, right? Because this is already a prefab. So yeah, let's make sure that this is a prefab. I'm clicking on default circle. Yep, prefab. So I'm going to duplicate this, and I'm going to move him over here, and I'm going to change the color to the exact same color that I just like used for the square. All right, and now I'm going to use this to kind of like I'm going to switch this one to probably like maybe 1 because I want to cover up this line. So I can use this to cover that line. All right, and so right, yeah. So I can use that to cover up the line. And the good thing about the circle is like I can adjust the size, and it will actually give me different shapes. So that's why I'm kind of using it. So duplicate, and I can just come over here and continue to like kind of build out my level. So maybe I want this here. Can I? Yeah, I'm just kind of manipulating this right now. And okay. Wait a minute. Let's see. Duplicate. So because of the prefab, I can kind of duplicate this as much as I want. Actually. Okay, duplicate. Move them over here. And you're going to see me use this technique a lot because I'm freaking lazy. Alright. Okay, scale them up over here. Okay. Cool. And then I think I'll just add like one more. Duplicate and move this over here to cover this down area. Okay, and let's kind of zoom in. Maybe make this one a bit bigger. All right. So now we have this kind of area built out here. For the area beyond here, I think we're going to kind of leave it as it is at the moment, because we're going to be adding some water, and we're going to be adding like some sky looking elements to this. um hmm for the water, I'm wondering exactly how I want to do that actually. I'm gonna have water, and then I'm gonna have sky. So that might be something I will need to add to this default image. Yeah, I think I'm gonna have the water do a fall off um, around here. Okay, so yeah, I think I'm gonna go ahead and add the water. So let me duplicate this guy, and for water, I'm going to use this for right now. I'm just gonna drag this over here. I'm going to drop this down to -80. And then I'm going to -80, or maybe even like more. I think I should change this one too. This land mass 2 is like -90. Doesn't need to be that far. It could just be like -50. All right. And now for this right here, this can be -80. All right, and I'm going to go ahead and scale this guy. All right, cool. So yeah, we're going to have water, but we're also going to have sky. So default water, I think, will kind of hang out around here. Oh, let me go ahead and drop this down further. Let's see, at -100. This one will be -300. Okay, so yeah, let's go ahead and get my water, move it over here. And I guess I will extend them out this way. Maybe to right around here. So because I'm using prefabs now, and I'm just kind of changing the color on stuff, it shouldn't really be costing me too much in resources. Okay, yeah, so this will be the water. So I'll put like a water default, water def default. And this will not require a rigid body. So yeah, like remove component from this, and even a box collider. This will not be interactable at all, so remove component from here. So all of these are actually won't require rigid bodies. So these default circles, none of these will require a rigid body or a sprite collider at the moment. So only this one. Okay, so get rid of circle collider, and let's see if there's any other ones with rigid bodies. We'll get rid of those as well. Okay, and same for the box collider. We don't need the rigid body here. And we don't need the box collider, because these are just background elements. Alright, so now kind of let's test to see what we've got. Okay, so we got our player who can like have a lot more space to kind of run around in at the moment. We're going to use that technique in a little bit, by the way, where he just ran under that circle. Okay. Yeah. Cool, cool, cool. Alright, so that's actually looking pretty good for what we need at the moment. Default layer 1, default 7. We're going to change all of these to, I think, minus 80. Hold on. Let's see. What is this one? What did I put you guys as? Oh, yeah, I didn't change the running layer. This is like minus 45. Yeah. Oh. Okay, yeah. So now when I play, that should cover up the line, and you know the player should be able to run above them. Okay, yeah, cool, cool, cool. Yeah, we've got this guy. Okay, player can run around freely. Yay, yay, yay. Enemies can shoot. And when the player crosses the bridge, yeah, the sizing does look pretty good on this. Alright, cool. Yeah, that's kind of what we're going for. Okay, so now that we have this mic kind of set up, what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and actually add some sky, add a default sky to this. So this is water depth. What are these? This is under bounds for some reason. I don't really want this under bounds. I want this to be. So I'm going to remove this from bounds. And now I'm going to just copy this, or just duplicate it, and I'll put like sky def. And I use like def like default, basically, is kind of what I'm saying. Alright, and I'm just going to change the color to this one. And for this sky def, I'm simply going to scale it up here and drop it even below 150. I'm going to drop it even below this. Alright, and you'll see why I'm kind of doing that later. So, sky def, yeah. So cool. Alright, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to save this, and I'm going to switch over, if I can, I'm going to switch over to my iPad Air and let you see that. And the reason I'm going to do that is because we're going to go ahead and create a sky, or like a little bit of a sky that kind of looks somewhat decent, right? So let's see, where is my... I think I'm here right now, so let me... Here. I'm not sure if you can actually see my iPad or not. should be able to see my iPad, but oh, okay, yeah. So you can see my iPad. Cool. All right, so yeah, I just had to check that out. So all right, so I've just switched on my iPad, and this is kind of like the village thing that we're kind of looking at. But what I'm gonna do is I'm going to create a sky for this, like just kind of using some, just kind of using some default colors. So for the sky, I think I'm gonna want it to be kind of like a blue sky right now. And I'm going to go ahead and fill this layer, right? And above this layer, what I'm going to do is I'm going to add some clouds. So I'll go here and I will go to my elements, and I'm gonna add like a little bit of cloud cover, you know. So I think I will make that bigger and just kind of go ahead and cloud this out. Okay, using a few different tones, or a few different tints, I should say. Okay, this looks kind of cloudy, right? Okay, so since this is going to be kind of like a sky city, I should add a little bit of yellow to it, because there is going to be like some like sunlight kind of shining through somewhere. That's too much. So I'm going to add like probably some yellows, a little bit of yellow and a little bit of orange around here, just to like kind of like show a little bit of like contrast, I think. All right, yeah. So this looks like it could be a sunny day, right? A sunny day in the clouds. Maybe that's a little bit too much. I still want to keep the blue there. All right, so let's go ahead and turn this off. Yeah, that looks like a pretty sunny day. Yeah, I'm getting kind of a good feeling about this one. Maybe a little bit more orange, just a little bit more orange here and there. Okay, yeah, so I think this is looking okay. Yeah, so I think with maybe the sunlight would be coming from you know, this direction. Okay, yeah, that looks good. So like for our little city in the clouds. All right, and then I'm gonna come over here and I want to add like some wind. So for wind, I generally use this ocean's brush. Yeah, I'm gonna add like this ocean's brush, and we're gonna be coming from a little bit of a magical kingdom. So let's see, how am I gonna? Yeah, just add like some wind trail. That might be too many, and maybe yeah, just like some random wind trails. Okay. And what else do we need to add to this? I suppose since it is a kind of like a magical city, I'm gonna add like some. No, I'm not really gonna add any glitter points, I don't think, unless they're gonna be blue. Which that didn't work because I didn't switch it over. Yeah, that's not really working. And plus I would need to do that on a different layer anyway. So. Okay, yeah, maybe we don't need like those. I suppose we could add, hmm, add like a little bit of nebula to this though. Nah, forget the nebula. I'm just trying. It just kind of looks a little bit tiny night to me. So, what else can I add? Add flare. Maybe I'll add a flare to this. I'll just change the color of it. And make it bigger. Might add a few flares to this. Let's see. Trying to think of what would make this pop a little bit more. Okay, man, actually that might be our sky for now, unless I could think of like something else to kind of add to it. Might be a little bit too light in certain areas, so I should probably add a few dark clouds to this as well. Not that damn dark. You know, just to kind of like balance it out a little bit. So yeah, like give it a little bit of sense of depth. You know, like that might be a little bit too much. Yeah. Okay, cool. So I think this might work for now. All right, and so we're going to save this. I'll save it as a PNG. Save image. And then I'm going to export this over to my Mac. So I just saved it on my iPad now, and now I'm just gonna airdrop this to my Mac. Alright, and I'm going to save the downloads. Okay. And let's see. Just done that. And now I'm going to go over here. And I'm gonna hide my and come back into Unity. And we're going to use this sky in Unity. So I'm going to go to my downloads. Actually, let me go back to my desktop. Yeah, I'm gonna go to downloads here. Untitled artwork. Call it what's the name of this one? TLW 1. Spirits of the Lost Wind 1, and I'm going to Sky 1, and I'm going to drag this into Unity. Alright, so for our sky default, we're going to go ahead and change this from this to this, and we're going to change this to white. Right, and I think we're going to go ahead and rescale this just down to 1, 2, hold on, 1 and have 1, or 10, 10, 10, or 1, 1, 1. I think we're going to go 1, 1, 1 right now, just to see. 1, 1. All right, and now we're going to go ahead and scale it up. So now, one of the things that we are going to do later is we're going to be working with like doing some parallaxing. So I might want to make this a little bit longer. All right, cool, cool, cool. And but for now, like this should be good enough. So let's test. Yeah, I'm not really digging that so much. So 3 tab 3 tab 3. Okay, yeah, so she can kind of run around here as long as she wants. Okay, actually that might work for what I need. I'm just kind of playing around with the settings, so just kind of excuse me right now. So okay, yeah, okay, that looks much better. So yeah, that looks like sky-ish. So she's not gonna be able to go over here, but she is gonna be able to like look at a blue sky. All right, cool, cool, cool. So that solves the sky problem for now until we start like parallaxing. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to work on this water. So for the water, I'm first going to go back into Adobe Animate. And I think I'm going to, let's see, make sure that this isn't all grouped together. Oh, hold on, let me break these guys apart. Yeah. So I'm going to go back into Adobe Animate, and I'm going to go ahead and create some water. So the water that I will be creating I'm going to create it the same way that I made the land. So let's see, we've got this. Probably going to go ahead and do this on a new layer as well. And I'll lock everything else, and then I'll just go here and I will create a nice light blue square. Let's see, how big do I want this guy? That's the question. Because basically, like, we're gonna have the pier up here, or like the exit point up here, and I'm gonna have a little bit of a fall off coming around here. So the best way to do this, I think, might just be to use more circles. Okay, so let's go with the circle route and see how that works first. Notice like this guy is just kind of chilling over here, not doing his job. All right, yeah. So let's go ahead and duplicate this circle. All right, and I'm going to name this not default circle. I'm going to name this water circle. So keep in mind, we're still using the same movie, the same movie clip, the same the same prefab. Okay, so this will be grass circle. So you know, I'll show you why I'm kind of doing this later, but you know, just bear with me. My fingers are cold. So grass circle, grass circle, grass circle, grass circle. Whoa, whoa, whoa. So I'll just change all of these to grass circles. Okay, yeah. So you know, I'm when I'm doing these, I should have went ahead and named them anyway, so that you know they're so that I know which category they belong in. So that'll be like grass square, and this will be grass square. Okay, cool, cool, cool. So grass square, grass circles, and now I'm gonna take this guy and wait a minute, I already have my water circle. My water circle here, so I'm going to change the color of this to whatever color this is. Okay, so I just duplicated this, and now I'm going to just drop this value in here. Boom. And we have more water, yay! Okay, and let's see, we're going to move our water circle. Wait a minute, your grass circle, why are you like hanging out here? No. Alright, so water circle 9. Alright, so yeah, now we're just gonna kind of use this to kind of add a little bit more, I guess a little bit more, what do you say, like why are you on top of this? Because you're 55. Alright, so you should be like minus 80 or something. Right. So because our water is a little bit square at the moment, I might actually get rid of this water def and only use like circles, because I kind of want the water to look a little bit more organic. So so just kind of doing stuff like this, and come over here, and I'm just gonna make a really big one. That, I guess, will go minus 100. We'll go there. Okay, so I want the water to come to right around here, I think. So that means I shall go ahead and hide this temp BKG. Alright, yes, I want the water to come like below this. To maybe right around there. And then I'm going to duplicate this and move it over. Maybe scale it out a little bit. And possibly drop it down. drop it down to around here. Kind of. This one also, I think I might go ahead and drop it to around here. Maybe scale it out this way. So I do want the players to know that, you know, there is like there is water, but I also want them to be able to see the sky and let them know, so that they'll know that they are in a floating kind of city. Okay, one more of these, I think, and we'll scale this one down. Okay, yeah, we can do like something like this right now. The reason I'm doing it this way though is we are going to have a bit of a fall off, so I do want to have like something that looks like a waterfall. So right around here, I think, is where I kind of want. Let me move this guy over. Might move this right there, and now that one square that I had. Can I default? Okay, so now I can take my water default, and I want this one to be flat, this edge to be flat. So that's kind of why I putting this over here. So be flat, but kind of at an angle. Okay, so I'll grab this and I will rotate here and move it down this way. All right, and that can kind of be our little fall off area, you know. Maybe this one can come over a bit too, and up. So like I said, this is a pretty good way of kind of prototyping. I'm just like playing with circles and squares, trying to see like, you know, what kind of looks okay before I start really trying to commit to like doing like some serious artwork for it. Okay, yeah, so that can be our that can be our fall off area. Yeah, so where, you know, where the player can enter the real world, or start entering the world below, basically. Okay, so she's got this, I think I might also like make this square come over here. Okay, move the square over here. Okay, yeah, maybe something like this will work. It's kind of give her an edge to kind of look at. Okay, or a couple of edges to let her know that, you know, this is what she's looking at isn't the whole, isn't the entire world at the moment. Okay, yeah, maybe something like this will work. Welcome to the world beyond. Okay, yeah, that kind of works, I think. Right, so like the player can run around here until she reaches like this point, and then after that, you know, she's going to run into some unexpected, potentially unexpected problems. But now we got this set up. Now what we need to do is we need to add some plants. So start adding some foliage and stuff like that. So I'm gonna go ahead and duplicate this guy, and I'm gonna name this one tree. Let's see. Tree leaves. One. And since I'm going to be doing tree leaves, I'm going to change this to a darker green. Right, and I'm going to move it up here, and I'm going to shrink this down like quite a bit. Right, and so let's see, let's focus on this. Okay, so tree leaves. So our tree leaves are just going to be like a group of circles. So I'm going to duplicate this and move them over here. Actually, for our tree leaves, I think actually what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave it white at the moment. And the reason I'm going to leave it white is because I'm going to actually create those in Animate. Right, so like when creating trees, I think probably the easiest and fastest way is by using a circle. So we're going to come over here, we're going to come here, and we're going, we're going to create this looking thing, right? Alright, and we'll change the color on this to something like this. And I think we're going to change this to something darker as well. We'll change this one to something darker, and maybe this one to a lighter green. Alright, and now we're going to go here and we're going to go to the gradient tool, and we're going to play around with like actually filling this in. Kind of making it look to where it look as though there's a little bit of light hitting it from somewhere. So I'll change this, make this darker again. It's too dark. Okay, and we're also going to give him a bit of a border. So, I mean, it kind of depends on what kind of tree you want, though. So, for me, I think I'm going to use this one just to kind of be a bit lazy with it. Change the stroke order to 8 on this. Okay, this works for me. And as usual, I'm gonna turn this into a movie clip. And now I'm going to actually create another movie clip. And then I'm going to go into this movie clip and I'm going to duplicate this other movie clip quite a lot. So I'm going to go here and sorry. So just like duplicate. Okay, and then I take this cluster of 3 and move them over here. So, and this is kind of how we're just going to do the trees for this game at the moment. Okay, so you notice these kind of blend in quite a bit with the background, which is kind of what we don't want. So at this point, remember this is a movie clip, so I can go here and I can, I can actually go to color and effect, and I can go to brightness and tint. So if I want to tint this to a darker color, I can easily do so by going here, or if I want to like kind of even change the color a little bit, I can actually do that. So this kind of depends on where I'm planning to go with this. So I can like totally turn all of this green if I wanted to, you know, and like completely blur out the lines, or I can go to, I think in this case I'm probably going to turn them a little bit darker. Yeah. Okay, and now I have my little tree cluster here, so I can go ahead and shrink this down and just start placing this wherever I want it. So you can go here, right, and let's zoom in a little bit. So yeah, it does look like grapes, but like for right now, it kind of looks like grapes. Right, and let me go ahead and change this over here. So if I wanted to, I could really like shrink it down, and then I duplicate it a little bit more. And that looks like too much like broccoli. Okay, so yes, I think we're gonna just kind of go with this one right now. Now if I don't like the way that this looks, I can always kind of smush it down a little bit too to make them look a little bit longer. Yeah. Okay, yeah, that might be okay for a tree right now. Just at this time. Okay, yeah, we can kind of just leave. I don't know. Okay, yeah, I think maybe we'll just go ahead and get rid of this guy altogether. Um, so anyway, like I can like go ahead and cluster this out. Um, and I'm going to make a bit of a forest here. Actually, I'm not really looking. I'm not really liking the way that these trees are looking on this level. I might not necessarily want to use evergreen trees though. But I think evergreen trees do kind of look a little bit more natural. So, like kind of like the Christmas tree type look. So we'll put this on the side right now, and I think I'll go with a different shape. Right, so for to create a different shape. Now, with this tool down here with the polystar, I can actually just go down here and put like I want 3 sides, and it'll give me a triangle. Yeah. So that's one of the easy ways to get a triangle in Adobe Animate. And if I want to change the size of the stroke, I can just kind of drop it down here to like 8 or something. Right. And for this one, I think I'm going to change the fill as well. So I think I'm going to go for a solid green at the moment though. Okay, and we'll turn this into a prefab. And so we'll go into this prefab and go ahead and kind of round it out here. And take this, copy, and create another layer, drop it beneath it, do a paste, and then scale a little bit, and I'm getting my keys confused with Unity. Scale it out, all right, and then copy, create a new layer, put it below this, and then do the same thing. Okay, yeah, these kind of trees are like very commonly seen in games, so that's kind of why I was like trying to stay away from a little bit. But you know, now what I will do is I will go through and I will create my gradient fill. So I can basically just kind of fill fill all of these. Okay, and fill this guy too. Fill. So because the sun is coming from the top, I can kind of put, and that's the cool thing about it, I can kind of put the fill wherever I want. Right here. And then, so yeah, that would be a nice little tree to put here. Still a little bit bright, so might want to lower the, I kind of change him to a little bit more woody color. Let's see how this one looks. Okay, yeah, that looks pretty foresty, I think. Okay, and for these trees, I don't want them to be like too big. Now, also keep in mind, this is a movie clip. So if I really want to change the tint, I can actually just do so. Like, you know, make it lighter, darker, or even like more greenish, or reddish, or whatever I want, I can kind of do here. Might change this to more of a brownish. Nah, that just looks ugly. I might go with this one, actually. So, and I'll move this bottom one up a little bit more. Yeah. Yeah, so standard Christmas tree looking thing. And we'll take this and go ahead and turn it to, I don't want to use like straight brown. Turn the stroke off, drop it down here. Okay, and make it very small. Okay, so like the reason why it's doing that is because I have it actually tinted. So if I don't tint it, it's going to right color. How'd that look? That looks too bright. Okay, yeah, I guess something like this will work. Just for now. It's either this one or this one. Okay, and also I don't want the tree to be like too big. So either way, this is going to get shrunk down a lot. So because we're going to make a cluster of them. Okay, so I haven't actually decided how much color I want in this. But this is a sky realm, kind of a lot. So I guess I should keep the colors a little bit light. They'll get darker later in the game. Yeah, so as a matter of fact, I guess we can. Nah, that just doesn't look good. Using the same color. This looks a little bit more woody, I guess. And then I'll go ahead and give it a stroke. Do you mind if I? Okay, yeah, this will work for right now until I figure out exactly how I want this level to look. So we'll go ahead and saturate this, kind of saturate this level with these little trees. And I might just kind of want to do them in groups. So I'll go ahead and group this together and shrink them down a little bit. The tree should be bigger than the posts, though, I guess. So I don't know. Okay, and we can go ahead and flip these guys over as well. So transform, flip horizontal, and that'll give us a different kind of angle. This looks a little bit too, I don't know, European style for me, like a medieval. But I mean, for the demo game, this is good enough. I have to remember that this is just a demo game, so it's not really something that I'm going to. I should be focused on too much. All right, so yeah, we've got our little cluster of trees here, and I think we're going to put one or two clusters over here. Yeah, just kind of. Yeah, yes, this shows some nature. Okay, and then modify, transform, horizontal. Yeah, So this is a quick way to kind of fill out a level. Alright, that looks pretty good, I guess. For these guys, I'm going to drag these over here, and I think I'm going to take the tint off of these, and I'll turn these into like some bushes or whatnot. So instead of taking the tint off, I think I'm just going to go ahead and fully tint them. Well, yeah, fully tint them to this, and I'll drag this over here. You know, some bushes to kind of guide the character to on the path that we kind of want them to go on. Yeah. Yeah, so just kind of like something like this. You know, we're just kind of getting a feel for, you know, what we want to do with this, really. Okay, so we got bushes, we got bushes, we have trees that we can, you know, exploit and do a lot of stuff with. Okay, so yeah, we're kind of in the making of an actual game here now. Still don't like these bushes that much. Yeah. All right. I'm gonna get rid of these bushes just because I don't like the way they look. I'm not gonna get rid of them, but because they're movie clips, they're not really taking up so much space. So I'm just gonna put them on the side. And I think for the other thing I'm gonna do for this is I'm going to add a little bit of a path. So I'll come over here and I will. What color do I want this path? I want it to be a bit of a kind of dirt color. Dirty green, maybe? Okay, so we're just going to make a little path up to, like a little small path up to where the player is supposed to dive onto this bridge. Actually, one of the best ways to do paths, though, is just using this tool. So, yeah, so I can draw something like this, and like, you know, something like this. Right? And then I can kind of fill it in, usually. Oh, when you're making a path, though, you kind of have to make sure that everything is kind of closed off. So let's try that again. And I'm gonna create like a path here. So this tool, like I said, is like the best one for like doing organic type of shapes and stuff. And then you can come over here and you can like fill them in like that. And then you, after it's filled in, you can kind of manipulate it later, like so. So Okay. Yeah, so these can like be our little paths to kind of guide the character to where, you know, he or she should be heading. Right, and we're gonna do another one over here using the same technique. So after this, she's got a couple of like options. She can kind of go here and look at the water, or like and then go ahead and head to her predestined path right over there, you know, or like she can maybe come over here and look at the water again. Okay, and then we'll go ahead and fill this one in as well. Oh, it won't let me, so that means that I screwed up my drawing this, so let's go over here. Yeah, and then she's got this path that she can choose, and then she can kind of go around this and come over here if she wants to, and then like she can come back here and like close the loop. Okay, there we go. Okay, so I will take this one and I will, of course, turn this into a movie clip, and I will take this one and also turn it into a movie clip. And alright, so now we've got a little bit of organic stuff going on in our scene. Okay, so that's how you can kind of add, like, you know, add stuff that looks a little bit more organic to your scene. You can just kind of like draw it in. If I want to, I can now go to my my ink bottle, and I could give this, you know, I could give this a line if necessary. So I could kind of give it an outline, see how that looks. Oh, okay, that doesn't look so bad actually. So I could give it an outline, or I could just kind of leave it like it is now. That doesn't look bad, but I don't think it necessarily needs an outline because I kind of want it to blend into the ground. So yeah, there we go. So we've got our trees. We've got like some rocks. We've got you know, some little walkways, some paths, and stuff like that. And so you know, as usual, what I would do is when I'm kind of done with this, um, hold on, let me unlock everything, um, except for the bottom 2 layers, so, or bottom 3 layers. Okay, and then I'm gonna grab these guys. For this guy, I think I'm gonna go ahead and cut him off because do I want to cut him off? No, I think I'm gonna go ahead and turn all of these into um, export PNG sequence. I'll put dirt road 2. Okay, and then I'll go ahead and dirt road 1, and then I'll go ahead and convert this to a symbol, and I will name this tree group 1. Right, and while I'm at it, I'll go ahead and grab this guy too and export PNG. This will be like what is this, a fire torch or fire altar 1. Actually, before I do that though, because I want to keep the symbolism in here the same. So I'll go here, and on this one I'm going to drop the wind symbol. Okay, so come here and I'll just kind of drop this in here somewhere, and shrink it down. Okay, yeah, that looks kind of cool. So, I mean, it doesn't like necessarily wrap all the way around, but you know, it still looks kind of cool. So, okay, and let's go ahead and export this as like a fire torch, blue torch one. That's blue torch. Blue torch one. Right, so yeah, let's go back over into Unity. And we'll drop these three things in here as well. So, blue torch one, dirt road one, so 1, 2, 3. Right. And I still spelled torch wrong, huh? Okay. So we'll come over here. Drop these guys in. Now, realistically, the best way to do this is to create a sprite map, or like what is it? Large file in Photoshop, and just kind of create all of your graphics there and put them on one thing, and then like import that one file, and that'll save like a lot of memory. But since I'm just kind of playing around with this, checking to see exactly where I want it to go, not too worried about that at the moment. So I'm gonna put you here. And you notice like everything kind of fits the same way that it did in when I was in Adobe Animate. This one could be a problem though, so I was just talking shit about you too. All right, let's see. I was just telling everybody how well you fit. Okay, and yeah, let's move this over here a little bit more. Okay, yeah, that looks pretty good. Okay, and so that's the dirt road. And what else do we need to put up here? Oh, we need to go ahead and put our little blue torch here as well. Okay, so I think that is actually kind of good enough for what we need at the moment. What is this little white dot doing here? Oh. We didn't import our trees yet. So where's my... Okay, so export PNG sequence, this would be like tree group 1. Okay, and we'll drag this into Unity as well. Oh, that ain't Unity. I think. these guys can be minus 10 or something. Alright, let's see how that goes. Alright, so just as a test, we'll go ahead and play around with this. Okay, yeah, that doesn't look too bad at all. Yeah, I've still got my enemies that can like kind of chase me, shoot at me, and I mean it's not like anything Van Gogh style or anything. But we got our water, and yeah, we've got our ridge, and then at the end of the world we have our sky. Which I do suppose I could go ahead and make the sky smaller. Yeah, just to show a little bit more color in it. Okay, so since I want her to kind of stop around here, actually, I think I'm going to drag the water down. So I'm going to move this down to around here. Move this one also down to around here. Because I want this sky to be within her field of view. Hold on. Okay, yeah, I think that this one might actually work a little bit better. Let's go ahead and get rid of this guy. Yeah. So I mean, I just kind of want to make sure that she can see this guy when she's kind of running around. All right, so just kind of wandering around here, casually getting shot at by enemies. None of these enemies are actually going to be on the be on this level anyway. And then when I come up here, can she see the sky? Yes, she can see the sky a little bit. If she stops here, however, the sky is not so visible. So I'll extend that that green area out a little bit, just to make sure that she's got a good view of the sky. So I'll give her the ability to kind of walk up to here. Actually, I might go ahead and drop it over here and make it look like it's kind of hanging out over the water. Yeah, that's kind of cool. And for this one, I'll make you a little bigger as well. Okay, cool. So yeah, now she's kind of got like a little bit of a view of the sky. So she can go up to this point, and I'll go ahead and duplicate this guy and move him over here. Yeah, so she's got a nice little view of the water over here, and she's like, oh yeah, I can actually see water. And so duplicate this and, you know, give her some kind of trees to look at. Right, so I mean, basically, we can do anything that we want to with this, but I'm just kind of nitpicking at the moment. So, uh, I suppose I should actually get back to. When it comes to art, I can kind of like, especially when I haven't really thought about what I wanted to actually do with a game. I can kind of do this for an exceedingly long time. Okay, and I think for this one, I'm going to make it smaller. Put him up here. But you know what? You know, when it comes to game dev, this kind of naturally happens anyway. Especially if you're kind of like, you know, an adventure type, or you know, you don't have your mind completely set on just like one specific story. Most of my games tend to have a story, tend to have a specific story. But for, you know, a lot of the, you know, mini games that I make, you know, especially like if I'm doing a game jam or something like that, then I might not necessarily have a, you know, set story that I want to follow. So, and it just kind of comes to me while I'm like developing. Okay, I'll turn this one over here and move him down here so that we can kind of see the edge. Okay, yeah, so that'll be our level for now, and I'm gonna hide this guy. Yeah, because I don't need him at the moment. Right, so this is our little level that we've got for Kuramiya to like run around on. And now, like, if you'll notice, she can kind of run wherever she wants, and there are no boundaries for her or the enemy. That's because we turned our Polygon Collider off. Right, so she can go this way. She can go any way that she wants. She can cross a bridge, or she can just like dive into the water if she wants to, because there's absolutely nothing stopping her at the moment. We're going to fix that by adding a Polygon Collider to this. Ew. Yeah, that does it. I might change the flame one on this one actually. And she can see the sky, which is good. See the end of the pier, which is good. See these rocks, which are kind of leading absolutely nowhere. That's like a path to sure death. Like, oh yeah, like just go ahead and follow the rocks, like right off the cliff. Okay, yeah, this will work. So, we've basically got the basics set up. So now what we can do is we'll go ahead and start restricting her movement, because we don't want her to be able to like walk all over the place unrestricted. So we're going to go back and use the same technique that we did before by creating a Polygon Collider. So I'm going to go in here, and I'm going to go to my boundaries or whatnot, and this Polygon Collider is not going to be so accurate for this anymore. So we're going to go here and we're going to create another Polygon Collider. So I'm going to go here and I'm going to create go to bounds. I'm going to create an empty game object, and I'm going to put like a Polygon Collider 2. And for this one, I'm going to add a Polygon Collider. Alright, and let's see, I didn't really make sure that was centered up, but it is, so. And then I'm going to come down here and look for our Polygon Collider. So, where are you at? Do a search on this. Alright. Cool. Alright, so now we're going to start like kind of setting her limits, where she can kind of run around to. So for example, I might want her to be able to go down here, but I might not want her to go any further than that. So this will be kind of the area that she is going to find herself restricted to. So I don't want her to be able to walk in the water. She's not Jesus. So maybe around here. I don't want her to be able to go any further. Then I might not want her to be able to go any further than these points here. So this is a good way to kind of restrain her movement. So she can walk around these trees or whatnot, but I think I'm going to limit her to just being able to go slightly beyond them. Or like walk, within the general vicinity of them, but not really be able to do too much. I don't want her to be able to walk in the water at all. So now the thing about this is like basically I have to make this Polygon Collider to where she's not inside of it. Her and the enemy need to be like outside of this. So actually the outer edge should probably be around like here, I think. So she can come here, she can go there. So yeah, she's got free reign of this area. However, like when it comes to water, like no, she can't go in the water. So I'm going to add another point here. Okay, so I'm just kind of like defining her limits for travel at the moment. Yeah, so can't do any of that stuff over here. However, like when she gets over here, I am gonna let her run around this area. you know, because this area like looks like a little fun area for her to be able to explore. So like she can kind of run around this area. I'll add some here. So here is where she cannot go. Actually, yeah, she won't be able to go here. She can stop in front of this. She can like pray if she needs to. And here. Okay. So yeah, the bridge. Yeah, the bridge is like a place where she's not gonna be able to go beyond a certain point. Okay, and then I think almost the rest of this is going to be kind of off limits for her. Except for maybe a few small areas. So we'll give her access to this little peninsula part here. Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna let her go to most of these stones. So maybe like this one she can kind of look out on, but she's not gonna be able to go past this point. Yeah, so just kind of defining a path with limits for her at this time. Alright, and what is this over here? Okay, this might actually work. Let's see. So we'll give this one a bit of a test. Now it's not going to work right now because we only have like a Polygon Collider and we don't have a rigid body or nothing on it. So I'm going to go ahead and add a rigid body on this. So rigid body 2D, and I'm going to set this to static, and I'll get rid of the gravity scale because we don't need it. Right, and let's see how this works. Okay, so she can keep going down here. Okay, and there's her access pass is denied. Right, she can go up here, access pass is denied, but she can see the sky a little bit. She can't go around this area, cannot enter this range at all. Can walk around the trees though. Okay, access denied. Beyond this point, she can run around here. Right. On the bridge, can she go off the bridge? No, she can't go off the bridge. Right. But the enemies can still fire at her. This is good. Okay, she's got this over here. This area I'll probably need to work on a little bit and give her a little bit more wiggle room. Right, so I shall zoom in on this. Go to the Polygon Collider and see which area did she have problems. Okay, yeah, so she had problems around here. So I will go ahead and extend this out to give her a little bit more access to this. So that's why I like the Polygon Collider for these type of games. I mean, for defining more accessible, or what's accessible and what's not accessible. Okay. So, I mean, no matter what, you're still going to test anyway, so. Okay. So, I think that area we've kind of already tested out, and it's pretty good. I have no idea why he's able to run through that, though. So, okay, we've got this. We'll run around here. Right, good, good, good. So she can kind of look out and wish that she could cross these things. So she can only stay on that rock, though. This guy is actually pretty darn aggressive when he gets in the range. Okay, I haven't actually programmed his melee attack yet, but he's still kind of running into her. Okay, she can't go there. She can cross the bridge, but she can't go any further than that. And there's a pier to the end of the world. Right. Cool. So anyway, that's how you can kind of set limits for, like limits for where your player can like walk and run. Now, what we're going to do is just add a few more elements to this. So let's do a little bit more work on the Polygon Collider first. So she's got access to all of this area. I'm gonna limit her access over here because she doesn't really need to go past this point, to be honest. She needs to be able to see past it, but she doesn't need to go past it. Okay, so this is good. All of that's good. This is good. She can go out here. I think we're going to go ahead and give her a little bit more access to this. All right. Cool. And I think that's all that we're going to do for the Polygon Collider right now. I am going to duplicate this, and I'm going to move the duplicate maybe over here. Okay, yeah. Move the duplicate over here. I'm going to and just kind of like copy this out over here. You know, just to give it more green area. And then like, you know, populate with trees. Tree group 1, so duplicate, duplicate, and duplicate over here. I'll make another duplicate of this and put it right down here. So as you can see, this is like how easy it is to kind of build worlds using this technique. So it's not really too complex or too complicated. And I mean, once you get better at it, you know, it's actually pretty fast. I'm still kind of like talking and doing at the same time, so duplicate and bring it down. Okay, and one more. So I mean, I can add rocks or whatever I want to this, really. Okay, and now what I'm gonna do for the enemies, so I'm not even gonna put any enemies around here. I'm gonna like take the enemies and I'm going to move them on the other side of the bridge. So so this RDC Blader and this guy are actually gonna not their icons actually. So Blader and Gunner are all going to move over here. Okay, so Blader and Gunner are going to kind of relocate over here. And also, where's Turret? Okay, yeah, Turret is going to also get kind of moved over somewhere. I could put the turret right there. And like when she goes to the edge, like it just kind of starts shooting at her. But realistically, this is going to be like the easy level, so we don't really want anything that's going to actually harm or like actually really try to kill the character at the moment. And sentry drone, where's your body? Show your body. There it is. Okay, so yeah, we would actually just kind of have these guys kind of hanging out around here, you know, ready to step up and kill her. And then like the hidden sniper guy would be where would also be 10. And hidden sniper would also kind of be hanging out maybe around here. Okay, so yeah, that's kind of like what our level would look like for now. We've got our sky, we've got our water where she can fall to her death. We have some land. And we still have our mini map. So yeah, all right, yay, cool. We have our little altar here, and we've got our little forest here. Notice our trees don't really have any like colliders or rigid bodies on them right now, so she can kind of freely transverse these. If I wanted to, I just put a box collider at the top. Yeah, I just put a box collider at the top to where she can't really do anything except for, run into them. And she can kind of see the sky there. I think I'll move the sky over because, or actually make it a little bit longer on this side. Right now, she's just kind of running right through trees. I didn't prefab any of those trees, actually, so, just because they're kind of temporary. I'm going to wind up deleting most of them and just prefabbing them anyway. Okay, so I think I am going to let her explore over here a little bit more. So let's go back to her Polygon Collider, and let's go ahead and turn this back on to where we can see it. And okay, yeah, this happens sometimes where the Polygon Collider becomes pretty hard to see. Alright, and might be because, let me turn you off. Okay, there we go. Okay, let's see how this one works. Yeah, I don't think that's gonna cause a problem. Okay, so she can come all the way over here. Right, cool. Yeah, so she can kind of see this area. Right, let's turn the sky back on right quick. Right, cool. Yeah, so this works. Right, and now when she crosses the bridge, she notices, you should notice that she's already got some people who are waiting to kill her. Right, like this guy right here, and these two guys over here. Alright, so this is all good. Alright, so I'm going to take a break. And then when I come back, I'll show you, we'll go ahead and start implementing some of the other stuff. And, you know, remember, this is just a mini game, so there's not really too much that I'm supposed to be doing with this. So, just kind of wanted to make a little bit of a level. And not, I have to keep in mind not to get like too wrapped up into doing this game because I need to get back to my other one. But like I said, I've got like stuff I have to do, important stuff that I kind of have to do this week that I need to kind of focus on before. Once I start working on the main game, I really want to like just focus like full on that. But when you know, since I still have to like kind of finish up my taxes and stuff like that this month, then it's not really good for me to like try to do both of them at the same time. So that's why I'm working on this. All right. So yeah, I'll you know, do something with this guy. And so far, this should not be taking up too much memory because, like I said, I'm just basically reusing the same prefabs over and over and over again. So all of this is just really boxes, um, except for a few things down here. Okay, that should be good enough. There. All right, cool. So now I think what I'm going to do when I come back is I'm going to give the player some attack capability. Right now, all of her enemies are over on the other side of the water, and they're not really doing too much. I do not want them to be able to attack her at this time until she gets to the other side of the bridge. So we're going to go ahead and set that up with a quick script. So I'm going to turn these guys off by default. And then I will go ahead and activate them once she gets to a certain point. So she should be able to run around this area and be quite free. And I'll add some power ups. So actually, let's go ahead and add some some stuff for her to pick up. So we've got our coins, and we got certain things already in the level. So for coins or whatnot in the sanctuary, we've got our pickups listed here. So she's got pickups in areas that she's not going to be able to access, so we would need to fix that. We have her ranged weapon, so I will go ahead and move her ranged weapon over here, and we'll have to pick up a good icon for that. So think of a good icon for that, and I'll have to resize a lot of her ranged weapons and stuff like that. So, but anyway, I've got a ranged weapon over here, so we're gonna make that a little bit bigger for a pickup. So something that she can actually see. And then we can kind of take it and hide it over here. Make sure that it is, I would say, on level 20 or level 15 maybe for a pickup. So maybe a pickup right by this this thing, or even over here, maybe around the tree. And so that'll be her ranged weapon. And actually her starting point, the player's starting point, I think I'm gonna just start her in the back. So the player starting point will be right here. Her pickup will be right around here, I think, and that'll give her a weapon to use against the enemy that are going to be shooting at her from the other side. Her dash attack, I think instead of you giving her the ranged weapon, I think I'm going to introduce her with the dash attack first, which I'm not sure if I have actually shown you guys. So she has a dash attack weapon. What if I hold on? Let me figure out what I want to do with the size of this one. No, that's way too big. So yeah, 0.95. Okay, so I'll also change this one to scale until it's 0.9, 0.95. Yeah, something like this should work. Yeah. Okay, so she's got a dash attack, which allows her to just kind of run into enemies and deal some damage. So for this one, I have to cut these guys on too. And then she's also got a scatter attack, which also lets her attack multiple enemies. And then fan shot will also get the same kind of. Yeah, so just kind of randomly doing all of these, and I'll make sure that they're all on the same 15. And then I'm gonna turn scatter attack and fan shot back off. And I'll put the health pickup. Health pickup, I'll turn that one back on as well, and increase the size of this one to 0.95. Okay, so these are the 3 power-ups I'm gonna give her. So I'm gonna give her the dash attack, and then I'm going to give her the ranged weapon. So ranged weapon will be over, I think it will be over here. And she's also gonna, actually, I'll put the ranged weapon, like, maybe over here. Um, and the health pickup, I'm going to put right here. And, you know, keep in mind, we haven't, like, we haven't really, created the graphics for these yet. So let me save this. Let's go ahead and play. Okay, so yeah, here's her little starting point. And then, like, she can move around here. And, like, you can be like, hey, what's this? So she can pick this up. And then her inventory thing pops up here. And it's like, hey, okay, well, I've got this. But she doesn't really know how to use it yet. So, and she's got coins that she can kind of pick up as well. Now, I know how to use this. So, this is a dash attack. So if I hit the Q button, like, she's going to have the ability to dash in the direction of... Oh, that's a bug. Huh. So I'm going to have to fix that one too. Fix her dash attack. Okay, yeah, so her dash attack actually is connected to the front of her. Um, so this is range weapon, melee attack box. So this melee attack box is what she's looking at right now. Yeah, right now that melee attack box is kind of rotating. Let's see. Hmm. Let's try this again. Okay, so let's pick this up. And let's hit Q. Oh, okay, so she is not dashing in the direction of the cursor. Okay, so I'm gonna have to fix that, because she needs to be able to dash in the direction of the cursor. So wherever the cursor is pointing, basically. Okay, let's see, let me make sure that this melee attack actually damages enemies, though. Okay, so to activate her melee attack, basically... What the hell did happen? Well... Okay. Yeah, for some reason, those two enemies just died for no reason, even though they were not in the range of her melee attack. Okay, so yeah, no, okay, no damage so far right now. Oh, that's a little bit, yeah, that's a little bit weird. Let me find out why that's happening right quick. Okay, I'll turn this rotatable weapon off. And I'm probably going to increase her speed too. Right now she's kind of on cruise control because she's in a small room. Okay, so... Alright. Huh, that is so strange. Why, I don't know why they're getting hit by that. Okay, so the attack box is okay. This is okay. Kuramiya, that's fine. Player. Okay, shot point is fine, dash point is fine. Huh. Box collider is okay. Okay, yeah, that's kind of got me stumped. I don't know why these guys are like automatically vanishing once that attack is activated. Oh, but I'm getting kind of sleepy, so. Boom, boom. Yeah, she just like straight up bulldozes both of them once this is like turned on. Yeah, I'll like let her get killed off right quick. Okay, so restart. Okay, so let me go ahead and guys. Okay, yeah, she's not dashing in the right direction. That's for sure. Okay. Yeah, I'll have to troubleshoot that one later. So I think maybe in that case I will go ahead and take her melee attack, keep her melee attack um, one off at the moment until I figure out how that one actually works or what I need to fix with it. I am gonna go ahead and give her her cannon though. Okay, so she's got this, and now when I activate this one right here, she can actually shoot these guys. And that's another bug that we're going to fix very quickly. So right now, if you'll notice, she's got her cannon on her head, which is not exactly where I want it. And the reason for that is because she's a fox, so she's going to be using her tail to attack. So we're going to quickly fix that, I think. But actually, I think we're probably going to do that in the next episode, because I've been doing this for 3 hours, just kind of trying to figure out where everything's going. So, all right. So I'm going to go ahead and stop this stream and take a bit of a break, and then come back. Let's see, UI elements and everything like that. I think we've kind of got going. So I'll go ahead and turn these back on. Event system, pop-up dialogues. Let's see, is there anything else that I need on the UI? For the UI, I guess I'll go ahead and turn, the label, the health. Well, actually, I don't really need. I've got the health score, enemies killed, game over, health bar. Yeah, my health bar is up. So, yeah. So yeah, we'll come back to this in a little bit. Yeah, but it's actually not really looking too bad. So what I could do is I could go ahead and turn this in, kind of export this out to a Unity project, which I might go ahead and do, and put it up on itch.io, because that's the main thing that I want to do tonight, is kind of get it up on itch. So let me consider what I want to do with this, and then get back to you guys. So I'm going to jump off for now, grab some